We played a complete game. Zach pitched great. We played good defense, and obviously got some timely hits, hit some home runs. They put us on base a few times. They walked us probably 10, 12 times. And, some of them were in the middle of the game when we, had things under control a little bit. But really it was because, we pitched extremely well, threw a lot of strikes, and, made them earn everything they got. Creighton hit a couple balls hard at us, but for the most part, I thought Zach just did a tremendous job of kind of setting the tone. And then offensively, we got some big hits, especially with 2 outs, that created a little bit of separation. And, it was a good ball game for us.
All right. Questions for student athletes?
Zach, I think the majority of your strikeouts tonight, you got them looking. I'm just curious, what were you doing to kind of fool them there?
Yeah, it was just mixing well and kind of not falling into patterns. That's kind of what the approach was. We saw last night when they kind of got all their hits. It was the pitcher was falling into patterns, and they kind of knew what was coming. So just keep mixing, moving the ball around the plate, and keep them off balance.
Wehiwa, I think it was your first home run. The pitch was pretty high. I'm just curious, kind of what did you see in that at bat, and just kind of how did it feel?
I was just being kind of too aggressive beginning of the bat, but just kind of trusting my bat to ball skills and just kind of just swinging, and I went over the fence, so it's good.
Zach, I think the 2 Creighton players we spoke to talked about your fastball tonight, and I think you might have touched 98 at one point on the track, man. I mean, could you feel the velo was maybe at a different place and having an impact tonight?
Yeah, and that was the game plan. We, Zach Barr, director of scouting, put together a plan. It was, they're not in a Power 5 conference, and the thought process was they haven't really seen the kind of the velo that we've got. So just going out there and make them hit the heater. That's what I went out and did.
Wehiwa, you and Ryder tonight are I think the only 2 guys in the starting lineup that were here last year and lost on this Saturday night. How special was it to have the 2-run home runs, both of you guys, and making such a big impact tonight to put y'all 1 win from the Supers?
Yeah, it's very cool. Just kind of compete and just help our team win no matter what. And if job's not finished, we got 1 more, so yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah, Zach, you hadn't really pitched in a little bit. What was just kind of the, prep going into today and just your mentality?
Yeah, it was just treated like every other game. You don't make it any bigger than it has to be, and obviously this game means a lot. But you go out there and treat it like any other start, and you'll be in a good headspace.
The high schoolers from Hawaii, I think, are out there in the hog pen and left field and waving the Hawaiian flags. How special is it to have a game like this in front of a bunch of home state kids?
Yeah, it's very cool they're able to come out and support us. I wish I had that when I was growing up, just coming out here and just seeing what SEC or Arkansas baseball is all about. So it's a good experience for them.
More questions for the student athletes? Go ahead, Ben.
I guess for you, Zach, even though it was at ECU last year, just how, sweet is it to get redemption given everything that went down last year?
Yeah, it's great. Last year we hosted a regional and we didn't get out of it, and obviously we're in a great spot right now, so let's just keep going tomorrow.
That was a great job. See you tomorrow. Any questions for Coach Moore? Go ahead, Hutch.
Dave, I'm curious what your viewpoint was on Wehiwa's first home run, kind of where the pitch location was, and what you thought of that.
Yeah, I saw a lot of built-up frustration in that swing, and he absolutely tomahawked it. It's basically what he did. He clubbed it, and he got him a fastball, and I think if it was going to be from about the bill of the helmet down, he was going to hit it, and he hit it hard. He didn't get all of it, but he hit it hard, a lot of bat speed there, and, it was a really big swing. It went from 4 to 7 right there, and you can kind of catch your breath a little bit.
And with Root, could you kind of tell early on that this was going to be one of those games, like we've seen a few times this year, where he was going to pitch as well as he did?
Well, even a couple of the games that didn't go well for him, he'd have an inning or two. He looked awfully good. But he looked awfully good right from the beginning of the first inning, and I mean, we felt like he had really good stuff. He had a breaking ball that he could land, and fastballs in the mid-90s very consistently, and he's throwing a little bit of a change-up here and there, and maybe a cutter. But, yeah, we felt like that he was going to be really good today, and, he had a good week rest, and, felt good getting him out of there, with 94 pitches. If the game would have stayed a little tighter, we'd have let him go more.
Seemed like just from seeing the team interacting before the game, there was a looseness about them. I mean, how beneficial is that in this moment for them to kind of play with that attitude? I
think we were loose, but I think we were pretty serious today. You could just tell, I've been around them a lot, obviously, and I really didn't have to say anything to them today, like, hey, we need to lock in or anything. I just watched them, and they just seemed really like they were focused.
Ryder's had a couple of those moonshot home runs this season that go very high. I mean, what is it about his swing that's conducive to balls going super high and still leaving the yard?
Well, it's strength, but he has really good bat speed, and he's got a short swing, and he creates a lot of backspin, and the ball just kind of rode out. I didn't know if it was going to leave when it left the bat. I knew it was going to be really close, and I don't know. Just I think he's super confident, swinging the bat well. Got 3 more hits tonight, drove in 3, and just like what I'm seeing from him at the plate.
In terms of future pitching, I mean, how much of it is a luxury to get past this 1-0 game and not have to, do that extra losers game?
You go 2-0, 1-1. It's mentally, it's a big difference, and then, knowing you have the burden of knowing that how many more games you have to win to try to get to Monday, and it weighs on you a little bit. But winning this game and not having to get into our bullpen too much, freezes up to get ready for tomorrow with the thought that we've got a lot of guys available.
I guess what's it like having a guy like Cam in a postseason setting? Seems like he's just always setting the tone.
Yeah, that opposite field home run, the double. We were going to maybe bunt, move him around, and then took it off, and he hits a double, and he's swinging it really good right now, and just kind of relaxes when we hit that home run. We had a 1-0 lead, then all of a sudden it became 2-0. Little things stand out to me, like Robinette beating that throw to second on the infield single, and then what happened, maybe a walk or two, and then we punched in another or a hit by pitch, and all those little things add up.
6 runs yesterday after 1 game in 12 days, and then more today. Is part of that just more at bats, getting back into the rhythm of the game?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say. Maybe we're a little more rested, but then also, we got to play real baseball yesterday, and here we are again today. And Creighton's really good. I watched him yesterday, and I was kind of like, wow, these guys are good. Physical, they're older, they've got power, they can run. A lot of lefties that can play. I mean, they're good, and I think our guys saw that. I saw our guys sitting up there watching the game yesterday, and they saw that they had their hands full, and they locked in.
Is the plan to start Gage tomorrow?
Yeah.
I thought Davelin, you look at his numbers today, he was 0 for 2, but he was constantly setting the table in some of those innings. What did you think about what he was able to do?
Did a great job, leadoff man. I think he walked twice and got hit by 2 pitches. That's 4 on base right there. And then he lined out to third. It's the luck of the game sometimes. Just great job getting pitch counts up. Yeah, I thought he had a great night without getting hit.
Had you seen Still Eaves pitch as well as he did tonight?
It might have been his best, but he's older now. It's the end of his freshman year, so you can say he's not a freshman anymore. He still is, but stronger and confident, and he's never had any problem getting on the mound and pitching. As far as scared, he's not scared, and you can tell that. That's why I love that. And yeah, his stuff was good. I mean, you throw like that, it makes you want to, put him in there when, game's tight. Maybe a leverage situation. I'd have no problem with it now.
With what you were saying about guys watching the Creighton game yesterday, is that something that they orchestrated? Was that something that, you suggested so they could
stay here? No, we don't make make them stay. They like baseball. I've commented on this before. We got a lot of guys on this team that like baseball. They like each other, hanging out, and they could take a shower and go home and lay on the couch and watch games. But I saw a bunch of guys here, watching that second game, which was good to see.
Any more questions for Coach? Go ahead, Jack.
How valuable is it having Robinette's approach? I mean, the 3 walks night at the bottom of the order.
Tremendous job. We talked about it after the game before we came up here. His on base percentage has been really good. And, in that inning, we ended up scoring, I think, the second inning when I think we had a runner on first and second and looked like we were going to bunt. And then Kojal doubles. We got a run in. We got on second and third. And it looks like we're not going to score another run. And then he gets a big 2-out hit, and all of a sudden we got another one in. That was a huge swing for us. And then, obviously he walked 3 times on the day and just saw a lot of pitches and played great defense. A play made to his right, made a perfect throw to second. I mean, the runner that hit it's like a tremendous runner, and it was close. It was really good defensive play. So he's done a great job for us.
BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your #1 source for all your sports betting action. Baseball season is in full swing and we're into the NBA and NHL playoffs, and BetOnline has more ways to stay in on the action with the latest odds, news, and scores, even live in-game betting while the games are being played. With the largest selection of odds on everything from the MLB, NBA, NHL, and UFC, BetOnline remains the best online source for all your sports wagering information. In between games, head over to the BetOnline Casino with all the top Vegas-style games, including poker and live casino. Bet online, the game starts here.